Hi there. Welcome everybody who is joining me today for this exciting topic to talk about that I think everybody has been asking me to shed some light on. And so I decided to jump on today. Today's topic is about mediumship and how it helps heal the heart after loss. So we're going to dive into that shortly, but for those of you who are new, I am a spiritual counselor and psychic medium. I am the owner of Inner Healing, and I have been doing this work for a really long time, over about 20 plus years. I absolutely love it. And I'm here to share with you today what mediumship does in relation to healing the heart after loss, and also compare it with traditional counseling. Most of y'all know that I am a licensed counselor. I am in inactive status. I don't have anybody on my traditional caseload because I have found over the years that as far as healing the heart goes in relation to mediumship or doing spiritual development, that spiritual counseling allows for a lot deeper healing and more soul development than traditional counseling. So I made the switch back in 2006 after I had an out of body experience where I actually crossed over into the light, learned a lot, and have come back to share it with you. So let me make sure that everything is tuned in and ready to go. I am not able to see comments right now, but for those of you who are here, I am so glad that you have joined with me. So let's dive into the topic, which is mediumship and how it helps heal the heart. First, I want to shed a little bit of light on why I differentiate that from traditional counseling when you're dealing with loss of a loved one specifically. As a licensed counselor for 20 plus years, I am a big advocate of counseling in general to help with grief and personal development. However, when you lose a loved one, there's something that I personally feel as a professional counselor, licensed counselor, that it doesn't allow certain aspects of healing to move beyond the mind. So in traditional counseling, you're working basically with the lower chakras, your first, second, and third chakras. Your first one has to deal with foundations in life, trust, making sure that you feel safe, which when you lose a loved one, your whole world shatters and it changes. Typically, when you lose a loved one through trauma, or if it's a child or a spouse. I'm not talking about extended family members or acquaintances. I'm talking about the ones that just really tear out your heart. So your first chakra, a foundation, is just blown. Your second chakra, which is your sacral, has to deal with your relationships with people, your feelings, the five senses that you're going to go through and trying to process the grief. And then you move up to your third chakra, which is your solar plexus, and that has to do with how you process the loss and the grief personally. It feels like it disempowers you, and that your whole world is crumbling, and that things aren't going to be okay. So when you go into traditional counseling, you're going to address issues that your mind can help comprehend how to put the pieces back together, and it's extremely valuable. However, it doesn't really move you up into your heart chakra and your upper chakras, which what that's going to do is help you heal on a very deep level, because it's actually going to provide closure for you. It's going to help you move through that unfinished business, especially if it was a traumatic loss. And it's going to help you have peace and comfort knowing that your loved ones are in a safe place and that they're around you, and that you can actually connect with them and have an extended relationship beyond the physical loss in their death. And so traditional counseling is amazing. It's very helpful. But if you want to take it to the next level, what I want to encourage you to do is consider mediumship as an adjunct or a complementary resource that you can help yourself move to the next level of healing, which could eventually help you reintegrate back into life. So hopefully all of you can hear me, you can see me. Give me a thumbs up in the comment section to let me know that you're here with me. I still can't see the comments, but I'm going to assume that you are. So let's move into mediumship and how it really makes a difference. So when you connect with a medium who is a person that can contact and communicate with your loved ones across the veil, what happens is we move into the heart chakra and we work with the higher chakras, which is heart, throat, third eye, and crown. What that does is it opens up your heart center, and it accesses a portal to the divine consciousness, to the spiritual realm where your loved ones are. And it really gives you a feeling of unconditional love, peace, and comfort, knowing that even though their physical bodies are not here anymore, you can still have contact. So when your heart chakra opens, and you kind of move into that portal of where your loved ones are across the veil, communication is established with your loved ones in a very high vibrational state. It's not the kind of communication like I'm doing right now with you. You can't necessarily pick up the phone, show up at their door, and talk to them, but they do communicate through the heart chakra and the third eye, which directly connects them with the spiritual realm and the physical realm, allowing memories and pictures and words and feelings to come through. And so the medium's job, my job, is to be able to hear what they have to say and communicate it to you, and for you to be able to feel like you can tell me something and I'm the medium that channels it to them. Now, that's partially true. My job as a medium is to hear what they have to say and share it with you. Your job is to just think about what you want to say, and they immediately get the message that you're trying to send. I don't even have to communicate it for you. But if you were raised in a traditional, maybe religious upbringing, you may not understand how that type of communication works. And so I'm here to help you with that. Eventually, as you open up and realize that your loved ones are right next to you, and the minute you think of them, they are there, you won't need me anymore, which that's fine. I want to be the interim until you get to that point. And if you are interested in learning how to connect with them, I have a class that can teach you how to do that. But let's go back into mediumship and the power that it offers to you that traditional counseling just doesn't offer. So what happens when a medium connects to your loved ones across the veil is it allows them to have a voice. It allows them to be able to share with you things that were left unspoken. It allows resolution to things that maybe were unresolved prior to their passing. And it allows peace and comfort to come into your heart center, knowing that it's not a forever goodbye. It's just until we see each other again. In traditional counseling, you can talk about that. Your mind can process all the mind drama that happens of how am I going to move forward? I'll never be able to forgive the drunk driver. I'll never be able to tell them I love you again. And your mind really can feel like a heavy brick in the grieving process and not allow you to realize that you're so much more than the physical being. And so what mediumship does is it actually allows you to connect with your loved ones outside of the physical state of which you knew them, and deliver messages back and forth of where they are. And moving forward, it allows you to realize that they've only physically disappeared. They're really right next to you forever and a day. It doesn't end. And so when I do a reading, what I love is I gather very little information when I first go into a reading, because what happens is your loved one will immediately come through and tell me to say certain things or describe certain images that would only resonate with you. And now that's a little different than you wanting to ask me questions of answers that you already know and want me to prove information to you that it's coming through. I promise you that when they come through, and they come through with the quirkiest things sometimes, you will definitely know and feel that it's them. It's a different way of relating, but you will walk away going, "Oh my gosh, I know that was them and I know that they're okay." What that does is it provides an aspect to your heart center that lets you know that even in physical death, they're still with you. Traditional counseling can't really give that to you, especially in the realm of traditional counseling, which typically doesn't allow any kind of spiritual openness to commune with the dead. It's very diagnosis based, emotion and mind centered based, and it doesn't let you go into the realm of mediumship like spiritual counseling would. And so there are a lot more parameters and a lot more restrictions that you have, to just stay focused on how you feel, what you think, and what you need to do to learn coping skills to deal with your grief. When you move into mediumship and spiritual counseling, it opens up the door to not only what I just said, but additional comfort and support that you can get in feeling them around you and being able to talk. Now, one of the things that I do very much advocate is combining the two. So if you've lost a loved one and you're dealing with all the mind drama, your lower chakras of how am I going to survive this death? How am I going to love again? It pulling you off your center and not being able to work, eat, function, even feel good. You definitely want that counseling aspect of it to support that. But if you're struggling in your heart with knowing, are they okay? Are they around me? Will I ever see them? What are they doing? Are they in any pain? That's when you would want to reach out to a medium like myself. And if you're fortunate enough, you will find somebody who also has training in counseling, such as I do. I have a master's in counseling, and so I can help you process all the mind drama that comes up with dealing with the grief, in addition to be able to connect you with your loved ones across the veil. So if you can find somebody like that who has a combination and can do the two together, you're going to move through the grieving process a lot faster than you realize. And it's not that that's your ultimate goal, right? Because when you're grieving, you don't automatically think, I just want to move forward. What you're thinking is, I want to feel better and I want to know that my loved one's okay and I'm going to see them again. And so the goal of combining the two is to help you reach that state of mind and heart centered knowing that even though a tragedy happened, it didn't disconnect you permanently. And so when you bring in the aspect of mediumship, what it does is it lets you know that it wasn't forever. It's just temporary and for a while until you meet again. And that's the beauty of mediumship that I love to offer to my clients who are grieving. And it doesn't, you don't have to have a mediumship session if you're in full-blown grief. You can do it as a check-in. You can do it as a continual relationship. And what that does is it just empowers you and helps you feel more comfortable in knowing that death is not final. So when I originally decided back in 2006 to move from traditional counseling to doing spiritual counseling and mediumship, what I noticed was this. Traditional counseling can take you so far on its own. Mediumship can take you so far on its own. Both of them are very expensive. They can be very exhausting emotionally and mentally. But when you combine them, what happens is you are tending to the needs of the mind, which is helping you process and understand the loss. And then your healing aspects of the heart that lets you know that they're still around, and the progress that you make as far as getting the peace you need and the closure of having to into acceptance that your loved one is not physically here, helps you move into relationship with them to know that they're just across the veil and you can access them anytime. So I'm going to see if I can see anybody's comments, which typically, okay, I've got some people here. Donna, thank you for being here. She's from Indiana. Cindy, it's so good. This is one of my Texas friends. I'm glad that you're here. Thank y'all for showing up. If you have any questions, put them in the comment box and I can answer them for you. But or I can answer them later as well. And I hope in general this sheds some light on how you can combine the two and the necessity, how very much important and valuable it is to combine counseling and mediumship to help you heal the mind and the heart, because most people will just do one or the other, and you have to be conscious of who you connect with or who you use as a medium. Most mediums out there do not have the counseling background. They do not have the understanding of the grieving stages and phases that you may go through and have to process. And so when information comes through in the medium session, they don't know how to hold the space for you. They don't know how to comfort you and help you receive the information that comes through, because I'm going to tell you this, and this is one of the reasons I absolutely love being a medium. When your loved ones die, they go into the superconscious. They are with the highest vibrational ascended masters, God and Jesus and Buddha and the archangels that haven't incarnated, and they meet up with family and ancestors that have incarnated before, and they have access to everything. So when they contact a medium, and trust me, they move mountains on the other side to get in touch with you. When they contact a medium, they come through with some of the most beautiful pieces of advice and wisdom, because they have access to all. And a lot of it has to do with giving you permission to move on, letting you know that they love you, offering forgiveness, asking for forgiveness, helping you understand the why things happen the way that they do. And they want to be a part of your forward movement and your grieving process to get you back on track, because you're still needed here and they know that. And so they want really, really bad to talk to you, and to have that extended relationship with you moving forward, because they know how hard it is to be human, and they're in a space that they're in a very good place where there's no pain and there's no ego and there's no need to compete. There's no need to give you the silent treatment. They just want to love you. And so a medium's job is to communicate that to you, whereas a counselor's job is to help you process the experience of what's happened. So when you combine the two, the healing is just profound. Let me check Okay, so Angela. Hi, Angela. So glad you're here. She says, this is so true. You've helped me so much. I've loved working with you and helping you understand that there is a place and time for grief as it relates to loss. And mediumship is not to help fast forward that. It's to help bring peace and comfort, knowing that as you move through the phases of the grieving process, okay, the feelings that come up from your lower chakras, and you move into acceptance, which is where your heart chakra is, okay, because in your heart chakra, you know that they're okay, that they love you, that they're around you, that they're communicating with you, that moving forward, you live from the heart chakra up, because well, if you're interested, you learn how to connect with them outside of a medium, and they can send you signs like butterflies and pennies and dimes. They can come and visit you in the dream state. They can move through you and help you feel temperature changes and things like that. When you move through all the mind drama that grief brings on after loss, and you move up to the heart chakra and above, you get to enjoy the relationship with them again, because it's like you stop grieving because you know they're right by your side. That's a medium's job to communicate that to you. A therapist's job or a counselor's job is to help you hold it all together until you can get to that point. So I hope that this was helpful. Let me make sure I don't see any other questions or comments, but if you do have any moving forward, drop them below in the comment box. I will be sure to get back to you. I hope that this helped you. check out my website, innerhealing.biz. I have a lot of different services that can help you move forward in your grieving process, or if you want to learn mediumship yourself, which you can, I can teach you that. And until then, I hope that I'll see you again soon. So thank you for joining.